Money. We all wish we could make more of it. That's why many of us buy lottery tickets week after week, or gamble, or play the stock market. But change. Thank you. But if making money is so important, then why don't we just make some? I mean, literally print up some of our own bills. It doesn't look like anything special. It's just paper with ink on it. It couldn't be that hard to make. Is honesty the only thing stopping us?
7,805 change, and there's your coupon.
Well, if honesty was the only thing stopping us, there would be an awful lot of dishonest people making money in their basements. Imagine what would happen if this was the case. Well, first of all, you could kiss this, the real stuff, goodbye. With so much fake stuff floating around, no one would want to accept money as a form of payment anymore. It would be as worthless as this stuff. You wouldn't be able to buy a thing with it. You'd be forced to return to bartering for goods and services with bags of flour and bundles of hay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
Dennis,
see, what now?
It's gonna cost you 2 loaves of bread, a fish, and 10 potatoes. Cough them up,
So you see, it's in everybody's best interest that money is made as difficult as possible to copy. What is it about this stuff that makes it so hard to duplicate? Well, believe it or not, part of the answer to this question can be found in your laundry. If you've ever sent money through the wash, you probably noticed something odd about it. Paper usually falls apart when subjected to this kind of abuse, but money remains perfectly intact. That's because this bill has more in common with my jeans than with this piece of paper. Money is not made from wood pulp like ordinary paper. It's made using cotton. Why? Because these bills have to last for years. It also makes it more difficult to counterfeit because cotton-based paper feels different than ordinary paper. People who handle money all the time can spot a fake just by the way it feels. And it's not just because of the paper. Money is also covered with tiny ridges. This is due to the way it's printed. The process known as intaglio printing has been around almost as long as printing itself. A printing plate is first covered with ink and then applied to the paper with great force. This creates the tiny ridges you feel on the paper. The printing presses used today may look high-tech, but they still use the old intaglio process. In fact, the printing plates are still engraved by hand. So why stick with such an archaic method? Well, it's capable of reproducing extremely fine detail, and it gives money its unique feel. Even after all these years, counterfeiters still find that hard to duplicate. Special paper, hand engraving, high-quality printing presses, these are the things that have kept all but the most devious out of the counterfeiting business in the past. But recently, that has all changed with the invention of this thing, a color laser photocopier. This is a US $20 bill, the most counterfeited bill in the world. Don't actually try this yourself. It's a federal offense. The copies made on this machine are so good that they tend to fool most people. Would you be able to tell the difference between the real bill and the fake one? Laser copiers and other new technologies like computer printers have put counterfeiting into the hands of the average person. Governments have introduced a number of new features on our money to try and foil these emerging technologies. For example, if you take a new American bill and hold it up to the light, you'll notice tiny letters printed vertically off to one side. It says USA and the denomination of the bill. But under reflected light, these letters become invisible. This is because they're made up of tiny fibers embedded right inside the paper. You can only see them if the light shines right through the bill. A laser copier uses reflected light to generate a copy, so it doesn't see these fibers and doesn't copy them. To check out the new Canadian $20 bills, you'll notice a small metallic patch in the upper left-hand corner. It reflects green or gold light depending how you view it. But if you laser copy it, the patch comes out as one solid color. That doesn't change no matter how you look at it. Encircling the portrait of an American 20, there are 3 lines. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice that the outside line is not a line at all. It's actually made up of tiny letters a fraction of a millimeter high. They say the United States of America. You can find microprinting on other currencies too. On a Canadian bill, behind the word Canada, it says Bank of Canada. A laser copier can't cope with this kind of detail. It just prints the letters as a solid line. Dots on Canadian money are called planchettes. They're added to the mixture at the end of the paper-making process. They can be easily scraped off without damaging the bill. Unless, of course, the bill you have is a laser copy. These new security features protect our money from all but the most ingenious counterfeiters. But unfortunately, it's not just money that's being targeted. Traveler's checks, money orders, personal checks. With the new technology, they're all at risk. And it goes beyond merely copying these things. Once a check has been scanned into a computer, it can easily be manipulated. These types of forgeries are almost impossible to detect. Governments make to protect us against forgeries, crooks are bound to come up with some high-tech counter move. All governments can do is hope to stay one step ahead of the game. But with technology becoming more and more sophisticated, can they do this? Can they keep counterfeiters from making a fake copy of anything they want? Okay, let's make me some money. I think I'll go first. What happened to Chris and Mike? Don't worry about them. It's just you and me and all my cash. There we go. Oh, definitely.